Hello everybody and welcome to a bit of a deep dive on how we work with rolling rainbows. And I wanted to just thank everybody for taking a bit of a moment here. Thank you to Substack for being an awesome platform. So, first of all, I'm taking a look down because I'm organizing some things here. First of all, you're going to need a couple things. If you don't have a daily planner, now's the time to get it. This is my daily planner. I get a new one every year, and if you see, I actually have colors in there, marked it up. It has a fantastic appendix. This is a very special planner. You can special order this, and they will come. That's number one. You need a place to do your work. This is where you're going to be laying out who you are for the foreseeable. So, once you do that, you get to your specific day. That's today. And we take a look at where we are in the day of the week. Today happens to be Thursday. The planetary ruler of Thursday is Jupiter. And the color that's represented by Jupiter is blue. The next you need to have in your arsenal is colored pencils. I carry them in a sheath. I love to see my pencils arrayed as a what? A rainbow. I love rainbows. Duh. Right? I absolutely love rainbows. And I love to unfurl them in front of me and just see them arrayed. And some of them are smaller, some of them are longer. I have a pencil sharpener there. And I basically go about and I have my shades of blue there. I have two of the same. Nope, they're not two of the same shades of blue. But I actually have a much larger pack of 72 that I keep in the other room. This is my travel pack. So I'm going to begin by first taking my black or a pencil, and I'm going to do two circles. Those circles represent the planet, the actual planet that's going to be celebrated today. And we said that was Jupiter. The second circle that's right next to it, this is where these come into play. These are the 72 names of God, and they are produced by the Kabbalah Center in New York. But basically, it's part of something called the Shem Hamforesh. And this is a really ancient application of Kabbalah. And before I shuffle, I end up saying, I thank the makers of the cards. I thank everybody in my vicinity in my life, as much as I can extend. The mindfulness and the expression of mindfulness, the more that you can connect with others, and the gratitude portion makes this all the more powerful. But you can't get lost in the sauce because we got things to do. So keep it concise and thank the makers of all the tools that you're using today. Today I'm going to be using these deck of tarot cards from Eugene Vinitsky. He's in Switzerland. So I shuffle these up, nice and shuffled. Bring all the energy through my hands, and I, just make sure that this, bubble of light helps me, bring forth a card that will let me be part of a better connection with divinity throughout the day. And today it's going to be 68. Contacting departed souls. It's reverse, of course, it's reverse. But contacting departed souls. On the card and on the back, it has a bit of a meditation. And I actually went and got the book last year when I got a new set of cards. So I keep everything organized in a little tin because I use these a lot daily. And I set it off to the side and just keep my card out. Then with the black, I write in the circle the combination of Hebrew letters. And they are, that is Ket, Bet, and Vav. Ket looks weird, doesn't it? Ket normally has a bridge. The reason why this Ket looks weird is because in Hebrew, there's a few final letters. So if a letter, in this case a Ket, if a Ket ends at the end of a word, then it actually has a split top, which is what that is. That's why it's Ket, Bet, Vav. The Bet looks normal, the Vav looks normal. But the Ket, that means that it was at the end of a word. In the lower portion of the circle, you're going to write down contacting departed souls. If it can't all fit in your circle, just right in and outside of the circle. In the smaller circle, you're going to put down the number of what card it is. In this case, it is 68. 68 is going to go in that top area. And what I commence to do at later is I color the area blue, the area around it. And then I deepen the color with black later on. All the while, I'm meditating on the expansive properties of Jupiter and all the lexicon of spiritual predecessors and forebears of the same Jupiter energies. I'm not going to go into what they are, but that itself is a study. And meditating on each one of those different deities in order, works over time. You find out you can't vibe with all of them. Like, we go to school, or we have, and we don't get along with everyone, but we know everyone, and we make it a point to. And that's what this whole premise is. Now, specifically, we're going to be using what's called the Kabbalistic Tree of Life to kind of decipher. Now, I'm going to put it up right here. This is the Kabbalistic Tree of Life. This is part of Kabbalah for years, and the thing we must remember about this is that this is a perfected system. Now, a perfected system means that it's all balanced. The lines are straight, the circles are of equal, size and shape, distance. What's going on there is this is a perfected system. If you notice, even it's shaped like a human. But through that, we have a number of different colors that reflect the planetary celebrated bodies that we're going to be using in this particular system. The beauty here is that this Kabbalistic Tree of Life, many people have seen it. They don't know what the hell it is. They don't need to know. If you want to know, it's a journey, but it's not one that can be conducted in a weekend seminar. Or just this card, I love it because it has so much information about the four worlds, the names, and it's all gilded. And I really love Eugene Vinitsky's work. Thank you so much. The three letters that we're working with, of course, here in this are Ket, Bet, and Vav. So I'm going to find Ket, Bet, and Vav here. Okay, now here we're talking about the three Hebrew letters Ket, Bet, and Vav. Ket is the chariot, of course, and it's known as such in many different circles. And what we can see here is that it connects to two Sephirot of Geburah and Binah. That means all of a sudden we're connecting the lower collection of Sephirot, calls this the Serempim, with the higher realm of the supernal triad, specifically connecting Geburah, that force of movement, of anger, of Mars, that kind of combative energy, but with the birthing attributes of Binah. You see, normally when it comes from the supernals, it comes out through Chesed, and it also comes out through Da'at, and also through Geburah. But we see here that this is being connected. So the chariot of justice really makes sure that the world is a just place by using Mars's force to deliver the balance that the supernals bring. Now, this is reading right to left, of course. Of course, Bet means house in Hebrew. Now you can see it's even shaped like a little house. Here we see that Bet connects Keter and Binah. So once again, we see Binah taking place in both of these. Binah is Saturnal energy, Saturn energy. So all of a sudden, right now, we see the magician with the Bet card here. The magician is calling down the idea of from the Ein Sof that is above Keter, from the nothingness, creating order. And in the traditional card, we see a magician with one arm pointed up and one arm pointed down, and the beautiful trees filled with lilies, and then pointing down at the table, which has the implements of the world, the four suits, if you will. So we have two mentions of Binah, but last we have here the Hierophant. The Hierophant is really a beautiful card because I vibe with it really hard. But if you notice here, it's where the Chariot connects or connects both, or Justice connects Geburah to the supernals. The Hierophant connects the supernals to the Zeir Anpin, the small face, but by the pathway connecting Chokhmah and Shoch and Chesed. Now that is a beautiful connection, because right here we can see that that this is about really connecting the supernals with the Zeir Anpin, the small face here. And what's beautiful is, remember, this is number 68, contacting departed souls. So we can see that this idea of the Hierophant and Justice bringing, and the Chariot bringing down this idea of energy from the supernals, but balanced in the middle by the really strong forces of the artisan, the magician, capturing from nothing into the organizing properties of Binah. We can see right there that this is a powerful, tool for the day. And the thing is, what do we use this for? We can use this for today, especially on a Thursday, to expand on, helping, being a force to help others, but also asking for help. How do we do that? We know that at some point in time, someone else is going to struggle. And we also know that we can sometimes struggle too. So this right here tells us that we can draw upon forces of the past. We can also be there for ourselves in the future. And this practice right now is really not for the faint of heart. Once you understand what the Hebrew letters mean through using tools such as the Sefer Yetzirah, the book from way back in the day, we begin to do this. We begin to read the days and the scholarly text that the Shem Foresh, that is, these cards are pulled from, and we start to read the emotions in the Bible. We start to read the energies behind it. From those actions, we derive the thing that we seek more than anything else in the world, no matter what we tell ourselves. And what is that? That is peace. So I wish you a peaceful day and an expansive day on this day of Jupiter. Thank you so much for joining me. And remember, enjoy your peace and keep those rainbows rolling.